You know, we are the city of good neighbours, and the Herr Automotive Group, they've donated $300,000 for grief counselling and related expenses to the families affected by this tragedy. And as you can see, stepping in right now, joining us to talk a little bit more about it is Matt Lasher. He's the Director of Marketing at Herr. And Matt, I'm really glad that you could take the time and come and chat, because so many businesses have stepped up and done amazing things. And Herr was fast to commit $300,000. Why? I mean, I want to say, why is it important? It's obvious. It was needed, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, obviously our company's led by Scott Beeler, our president and CEO, and one of his core values is urgency. And you know, Saturday afternoon, as the news was unfolding, you know, he came up with this plan to really want to commit some funds to directly impact and help the victims' families by this tragic, awful event.
Yeah, it really is. As someone, you know, Buffalonian, you live here, how do you feel having this happen in your community?
Yeah, I mean, it's a complicated issue. I think, you know, it unfortunately brings to the surface a lot of uncomfortable truths that our community has to face, you know, in terms of deeply segregated black and white communities. You know, Herr is comprised of 2,600 Team Herr people, all makes, colors, shapes, sizes, and we have friends and family in the East Side. We know victims that happen to be customers of ours. We're all impacted, and we're all in this together, unfortunately. And there's no easy answers to some of these issues that have been, you know, formed over generations.
It's so true. It's so true. And it's nice to think this might be the unraveling of some of, as you said, everything that has been formed over generations. But it will take time. But I feel like enough is enough. You know,
it's great to see all the businesses coming together and all those wonderful donations, and we all recognize that money's not really going to solve some of the issues that exist here, but hopefully it helps the families and the community that's been severely impacted, and you know, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and you know, you say money's not the answer, and it's not, but it can definitely help. And I think the fact that the top supermarket that was the only supermarket in that area, you know, and now we're really seeing the impact of that, having it shut down for now. And neighbours are saying they definitely want it to be reopened because it's necessary. And it just goes to show, like, having the resources to be able to put something like that in a community is important. So it is great when businesses in Western New York who do have the finances to donate, like Herr, are able to do that.
Well, I think we should acknowledge the community leaders, the church leaders, the peacemakers, you know, all the people on the streets helping the community directly, you know, Rooted in Love, Buffalo Food Kitchen, all these folks that are trying to mobilize and create, you know, distribution of food and access, diapers and formula, you know, desperately needed for these kids in the city and the East Side. So there's a lot of need and a lot of challenge, but the community is coming together, and it's inspiring to see.
It really is, and there's so many ways we can help. We don't need, you guys can come in with the big bucks, and thank you so much. It's so good to have that. But of course we can help, and like you said, there's people need clothes, people need food. Tomorrow we are going to be on ferry with Feed More, and we're going to be showing you how you can help Feed More. There's things, you know, not just the money. You can give your time. You know, you can help people get to grocery stores. You could be a driver. You could help give out food. I know Feed More really needs volunteers desperately, so we will be talking about that more tomorrow. But there's so many ways to help.
Yeah, Mel, one more idea to challenge the business community in Western New York. I think especially white-owned businesses should be really being critical about providing access and seats at the table for people of color, and making sure that we're providing equitable opportunities for all. And then there's also an opportunity to invest in black-owned businesses specifically, and helping the community create a solid foundation that can bring us up out of this.
I love that, Matt. There's a challenge. There's a challenge to Western New York businesses, and all of us support black-owned, and let's bring equity to the table. I love it. Matt Lasher, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And thank you to Herr for, you know, doing what you were able to do. So thank you.